I'll just sit here and tell y'all a story. This is a true story. I ran across it. I look up every morning. I look online at YouTube to get my news, and I look at some other news sources and check out my own videos. I talk to the people that make comments, except for the hateful ones that are over there fighting on that video about the Guidestones. I don't even read them anymore. I don't remember how many I got over there. They're in the thousands, but they're all arguing back and forth about satanic and how it was okay to blow that thing up because it was satanic. God wanted somebody to do it and all that kind of stupid crap. But anyway, this isn't a story about that. I was looking at the news the other morning. There was a story about a young couple who lived in Ukraine on one of those villages over on the eastern side. And the Russians had come in and blown up their village, destroyed their home, destroyed the places where they worked. She worked in a hospital, and I think he was, I don't know what he was, but he had been in the military in the past. So there they were, refugees from their own city with everything they owned destroyed and no source of income. So they decided to join the army to defend Ukraine. So he's a soldier fighting on the front lines, she's a nurse taking care of the soldiers who are fighting on the front lines. And they get to see each other because they're both there fighting and doing what you need to do to keep people alive during a time of war. And that just struck me as an incredibly awesome story. There's all kinds of stories you see where somebody makes up something about somebody she's a spy, and she goes out and she gets mad because something happens, and they make up these all kind of complicated stories. That's a very basic story. Man and a woman's home destroyed. They got no job, they got no place to live, but their country is under attack by supposedly the third largest military power on the planet. And they just decide, well, we'll go fight for our country. We'll eat army food, we'll live in army barracks, and we'll be professional defenders of our country. I love that story. I just love that story. I think it's awesome. And saying that is another thing I want to say, because I listened to some different, I'm trying to listen to more and more different people over there because they all have stories to tell. And one of them said the other day, to y'all watching this, it's just a story. It's like you're just watching TV. But for us, this is our homes that are being destroyed. This is our children and our wives and our husbands and our grandmothers and brothers and sisters who are being killed. To y'all, it's a story. To us, this is our life. And it just really touched me to think about that. You know, we live in America, and I'm convinced that Americans are the most spoiled, rotten people on the planet because we've got it so good here. We don't even know what hard times are here compared to what they're going through over there. And, we sit and complain because, oh, well, this politician said that, and that politician stands for this, and all of you people over there, I'm going to give you a name so I can call you all liberals, and then I can kill you. And all of them people over there, I'm going to call you right-wing extremists. That way we can hate you and kill you. And, we're all arguing about this crap, but we're not having our homes blown up and bombs tearing our children to pieces. And sometimes I think we just complain about things because we don't have anything to complain about. When I was a kid, I shouldn't say I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it when I was really young and wasn't that bright, but when I got older and it was coming up on my time to go, I was pretty convinced we was all going to Vietnam, and that was a real thing. You get out of high school, you go to Vietnam. There's a draft, you get a number, you go down to the Army and they inspect you and they assign you, based on your health qualifications. And I think they called it A1 or 1A or whatever, which meant I was good to go. And I already hadn't gotten my letter, and they'd told me, greetings, this is Uncle Sam. It's where they used to do it. And they say, on a certain date, we're going to pick you up on a bus and carry you into Fort Benning and start your Army career. And so pay your bills and kiss your wife and your kids goodbye and get ready to leave. And I had my letter, and that war ended. Wasn't very pretty, but it ended. Just the time that I was waiting for them to let me know that it's time to get on the bus and go. And you know, that's a pretty big piece of drama, and it's an even bigger piece of drama for guys that went, and for families of people that didn't come back. We don't have that in America anymore. We so spoiled. We get mad if we don't like what they're putting on Netflix. I mean, good grief, give me a break and get a life. And if you ain't got anything more to worry about than stuff like that, then go out and find somebody that needs some help and help them. I mean, anyway. Where was I going with this story? I was just talking about this couple and how much I admire them, and I pray for them, and I pray for the whole country over there. I even pray for the Russians, because I don't believe, you know, I got a lot of friends on this channel that are Russians, and I have had a few that's gotten mad at me and said, well, we can't be your friend anymore because you're on this side of Ukraine. I get that, but I'm convinced that the average Russian person has absolutely no control about what's being done over there. They're not getting to decide whether they want to be attacking another country. Their government just does it. You know, we get mad for various things having to do with our country, but their country, they don't ask no questions. They just, hey, we're going to go attack Ukraine now, and all of you guys, you're coming with us, and if you don't want to come, then you can either go over and fight, or we'll put you in jail, you know. And I've heard that some of them guys have got pretty awful equipment, if anything at all. And it's just horrible. It's a horrible thing that's happening there. For them, Ukrainians, for the Russians, for the other countries that are around them that are involved in this, and for the whole world, because of, you know, Ukraine feeds about a third of the population of the planet. And I don't think we can afford to ignore that. And I know we're not. I know America is a huge, you know, is supporting them in huge ways, financially and militarily and everything else. It seems like it isn't enough because it isn't ending. And I know the Ukrainian First Lady came and spoke to Congress and senators, and she said, we need someone to close our skies because death is coming out of the sky and killing us and killing our children. And I think, well, if the darned Russians has a right to fly over their country and destroy them, we should have the right to fly over their country and say, heck no, you ain't gonna watch my language here. We should have as much right to fly over their country as they do, and if the Russians don't like it, well, here we go, World War III. I'll stop talking now about that anyway. So, I love each and every one of you, whether you like it or not, and whether I like it or not. So, we'll have us a deck going here in another day or two if things go well, and we'll talk about that more as we go along. Okay? Okay.